Right. So just after the question that we had done, we have another question waiting for us, right? So this question is about like 9 marks, right? That one for the number of moles was like 2 marks, right? So they're asking us something here, right? And I want us to also understand equations, balanced equations as well, right? So they say sodium hydroxide NaOH pellets are added to the 500 centimeter cubed of H2SO4 solution. The balance equation for the reaction is, so remember, we firstly have to take our 500 over our 1000, and we get our 0.5 decimeter cubed, right? So we need to change this volume into what? Into decimeter, right? Because volume is measured in decimeter cubed. So these sodium hydro, they're telling us about the sodium hydroxide. Remember, we had something like this, and we had this 7.35 grams, right, of H2SO4 liquid, and it was dissolved in this 0.5. Now we're going to need this 0.5 decimeter cubed, right? And this was called what? The sulfuric acid, right? It was called the sulfuric acid, right? So let us put this liquid there, because it's not water. So this liquid, let's just take it as it's a colored liquid. Maybe it's blue, it's purple, whatever, because if it was water, it was just going to be clear. That's why I made water to be like this, right? So let's take it in like that so that we digest it properly. So they are telling us that sodium hydroxide pellets are added to the 500 centimeter cubed. And do I have any? Okay, it's not said whether this is solid or what, but we know that pellets are actually solid. So these solids are added into into this 500 centimeter cube of 0.5 decimeter cube of this H2SO4 solution. So the balance equation is this one. They are showing us the balance equation. We started with this, remember, and then this was added to it because it was added to it, right? So we had H2SO4. Remember, when it becomes when this H2SO4, remember, we got it as liquid, and now when it changes form because of it has mixed with water, it becomes an aqueous solution. Remember, it's an aqueous solution is one that is mixed with water, or another, actually it's one that's mixed with water. It's a mixture of something. I don't want to say a liquid and another liquid, just maybe water and a liquid, right? A water and a liquid, and even maybe two liquids that are different, maybe just H3 NH, or H3 NaH, maybe two liquids that are added, it becomes an aqueous solution because two things are now being added. Now we are being told that these are pallets, two pallets of NaO3 are being, so we see that these are solids. And then when we look at, so I always inform learners to label their equations, so reactants and products, right? So I want us to label that so that we know. So I want us to stick to the product more than the reactant. The reactants we are being told already, so they are telling us something in a different form because they've written an equation for us. But now, when we look at the products, I want us to focus on something. When we look at the products, I want us to focus on the fact that whatever that we have here is a result of what was happening on the left hand side, right? So Na2SO4, can you see that Na was founded around this part and SO4 was founded around this part? So they did actually what? Fuse together. They did dissolve. This solid did actually dissolve into this aqueous solution. That's why at the end of the day we're going to have an aqueous, because a solid dissolved inside a liquid, right? So another thing that we are seeing is that H2O is part of the equation. Why? Because of there was water there was water. This aqueous solution is aqueous because of water was mixed with it. So everything that is happening on this side will happen on that side. We will do another video on how to balance equations and all that, right? So we are supposed to calculate something. So we come back with the question. It says calculate the mass of NaOH added to the H2SO4 solution. Assume that the volume of the solution does not change. So we are looking to calculate the mass of this that was added. That was added. Remember, we have the number of moles of the first H2SO4 that was basically what? That was basically added inside the water, right? So H2SO4, do we have any idea of how the H2SO4 concentrated inside the water? I think we should look for that at first. So it's going to be C is equals to N over V. So we are calculating the one for what? For H2SO4, right? So we are calculating the one for H2SO4. So let me do a barrier there so that it can show that I'm calculating that one. So we got the number of moles to be our 0,075, right? 0,075. So we have our 0,075 moles all over our volume. We got our volume to be 0,5. And when we get the concentration of this, let's see what does it give us. 0,15 mole, because of the number of moles per decimeter cubed, right? For the volume, mole per decimeter cubed for the volume. So now we know the concentration of H2SO4 in water, in water. This is the concentration. Remember, I spoke about the solution, right? About the solution being between two substances or two reactants, right? But now, looking at this, it's similar to the question of the number of moles, whereby we are looking at H2SO4, we are not looking at water, right? We are looking at the main thing that we are looking for, right? So can you find the concentration of NaOH? Let's see what we'll have. We won't have the number of moles, right? But we will have the molar mass. The molar mass would be about 23 plus 16, and we will have our 1 plus 1, right? So this is going to be the concentration. We don't have which is going to be what? Which is going to be C equals to N over what is 23 plus 16 plus 1. I'm doing this step by step, guys, so that you can understand. I don't want us to go to the answer straight. So this is going to be 40. But we don't have two things here. So we need to find the number of moles of this so that we know. And that's where the mole ratio comes in, right? So that we know, because the truth of the matter, we have the H2SO4 for the what? For the number of moles, and now we need to come down to actually understand what is the number of